What is up, everybody? John Grimsmo here, bringing you Grimsmo Knives. Boy, do I have some updates for you guys. It has been a crazy 2 months. I don't think I put up any videos. Let's fix that. Super excited. We are absolutely crushing it on Rask production. Check out some of these beautiful knives. Done. Those 3 are ready to go. We're shipping every single day. These 4 are ready to go to DLC to get nice and black coated. Can't wait to get those back. We've already had one batch back from DLC and they turned out amazing. We are getting to the point where Eric's finishing like 3 to 4 knives a day. 15, 20 knives a week consistently. We have never been at this level of production. I'm super duper excited. Let's check in with Eric. What up, yo? Look at this beard. That's just weird.
It is weird, huh? I like it.
How are things going?
It's soft. Things are going really well. We got knives to finish.
I know. We're in such a good flow.
Been doing a ton of Damascus and Damasteel. And
yeah, check our Instagram.
Yeah. Getting a little bit faster at all of that, so it's not as much of a daunting task. But yeah, the knives are going great. We're setting them up like super fast.
Everything is just moving. I cannot believe it's like 2 years of effort on this Rask knife, and the shop and everything. We're in such a good flow right now.
Yeah. Getting on, like, I don't know if you've mentioned it yet, but taking on a third person
really
really just.
I haven't. We'll get to that.
It helps so much to get somebody to do all the other stuff that just takes up so much little time.
Right. We've been, going back and forth. Should we hire somebody for like 2 years now? And we fell into this. We'll get to that in a minute. Anything else you want to share or talk about while I've got you up here?
Not at the moment.
Can't think of anything. Might come back. Yep. Okay, since Eric mentioned it, let's go meet Barry. Buzzing through. Barry, we're coming to find you. Hiding back here at the Scotch Brite wheel. I'd like you all to meet my father-in-law, Meg's dad. Brain no work. Barry.
Hi.
We've got him working on clips right now. Show us what you're doing. Nice. Just buzzing the little corner rounder right there. Make it all beautiful. It's got to be perfect for you guys. So in our hesitation to hire somebody, he offered his services. This man is an accountant, has been forever. He's a woodworker, expert, makes like canoes and kayaks and fancy cabinets. What else you got going on? You bring a lot to the table, and it's really, really beneficial to us.
Love being here.
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity to work with my son-in-law and his brother, and having a lot of fun.
Good. Been about 6 weeks now, and couldn't go better. Like,
production's up, quality's there, everything's great.
Love it. All right. Air compressor's on. Maury is doing a warm-up for the morning, doing its little dance. Was making bearing cages, unattended last night. Ran the lathe, lights out. Let's turn the light back on. Found this rat's nest when I came in the morning. That's kind of funny. Not ideal, but it's plastic, no big deal. Delrin. So to make these bearing cages, it's been quite a process to dial it in. To get them to work like I want them to. The hardest part has been when the subspindle comes in and grabs it and transfers it. This has to be such light pressure. It's like you're crushing an egg. Like you can only hold it so lightly. Or else the thing just pops out, or it doesn't grab it in the first place. So I actually had to go in and I bead blasted this side of the brass collet to give it just a little bit more grip, and luckily that worked great. So I got to clean this up now. But yeah, the lathe is going fantastic. We're just making tons of parts. Got my good stack here of Norseman and Rask pivot heads, pivot screws. So much stuff going on right now. We're at the point now, or we're becoming to the point now where I've wanted to be for years now. Like, things are flowing. we're getting knives out the door on a consistent basis. It's not this big batch work where we make 50 blades and then 50 handles and then oh yeah, we forgot to make clips. That's how we used to do it in the past. It's not the case anymore. So things are absolutely fantastic. Barry is very, very organized kind of person, and we try to be. We pretend that we're organized. So we're working really hard. He has organized our shipping station up here. Now, shipping used to happen on top of our tables, which are less messy than normal, and we're slowly getting better and better. Shipping was an afterthought. Now shipping is a purposeful, dedicated place. He's a woodworker. He set up a nice table. He built us some nice custom cabinets. We've got all our catalogs and magazines there, shipping materials, shipping cases, boxes already assembled, ready to go, Rask and Norseman cases. The one thing I don't like about these is that they don't stack well. They slip all over the place. I wish they stacked. They had little recesses that fit into each other. We got our inventory of nano oil here. Love this stuff. Just got this new inventory in the other day. Not too much inventory, just enough to keep us flowing. We're trying to go for the whole 2-second lean, fast cap principle. Got our photo booth up here. Eric was adamant that this gets set up, so we set it up recently. So he's got a light on one light on each side, and he wants a third light on top just to kind of even it all out. And you just crank up the brightness as you take a picture, and it turns out really nice. Got the printer up here. Yeah, everything's going great. So, new product time. We are definitely crushing it on Rasks. We've got like 2 to 3 months until we are completely caught up. And then from that point, we can keep the flow going, keep it going like less than a month turnaround time for all new orders, hopefully even less than that. That's mind-blowing to us. That's crazy. I can't wait to get there. 2 to 3 months, we're going to be there, guys, and it's going to be awesome. So, I've been playing with some new toys on my lathe. High precision spinning top, titanium spindle, brass ring, silicone ceramic, bearing ball. They are a lot of fun, and they're gorgeous. And after a minute or so, once it settles down, it stays dead upright, and it looks like it's not even moving. And it's been a fantastic product for us. So we just released them a couple weeks ago on the website. They're on grimsmoknives.com. They are available. We actually have inventory, and they're selling like hotcakes. Please check them out on the website, at least to see better pictures. And it's a lot of fun. I want to get the business to the point where we're not just making knives. We're making this kind of stuff. We want to make pens. We want to make flashlights. We want to make some other stuff. Expand the brand a little bit. I understand that not everybody can order a $600 to $1,000 knife, and that's totally cool. I want to make stuff you guys can get too, because if you want to support us, if you want to, see the kind of quality that we put into everything that we do, it'd be nice to have a $100 product that we can share that with. Let's see, we got an actual lunchroom now. This thing was just a fridge before, a fridge and a chair. And now we've got Barry made us a table, got some chairs set up, got our salt and pepper shakers. Instead of getting lunch from fast food restaurants, good stuff, not junk, but relatively healthy food. But it's expensive to just keep buying food. So he's hooking us up with some Costco runs, and we're getting just like ham and bread and cheese and lettuce and tomato and just making like good sandwich all the time. So we've got a nice room now so that we can keep the machines running, the tumbler going, the mill, the lathe cranking. We used to have lunch, down at Eric's table there, amidst all of the noise of the shop, and we just dealt with it for a long time. Yet we had this office where we can close the door and not hear anything. So my watch is buzzing because my lathe technician is coming in later today from Elliot Matsuri. He's going to hook me up with we're doing some further learning and testing of the lathe. So he should be here anytime. He's probably calling to say he's going to be late. But yeah, like to have a quiet room where you can just chill for 20 minutes and have your lunch, set up the computer here, watch some YouTube as a kind of a team, and we love it. I can't believe we never did this earlier, but we never had a table, and Eric and I are not woodworkers, and we don't know how to put a nail in, basically. We can massage metal to be beautiful things, but wood kind of baffles me. It's stupid. I don't know. But now that we have Barry, who's an expert woodworker and craftsman, and this stuff happens in his sleep, and it's amazing. God, I can't believe how exciting life is, and the shop is, and business is going. I love it. I absolutely love what I do, you guys. If you can't tell already, you know. So slowly, bit by bit, we're getting this shop totally cleaned up, streamlined. The Tormac mill used to be right there. We recently sold that to a guy in Rochester, New York. And so now we don't have the Tormac mill, we don't have the Tormac lathe. We still have the Tormac surface grinder, which we use every single day. Barry's now the expert at running that. And man, things are going good. Like, I want to talk about hiring an employee real quick. I've been nervous about it for so long. I've been, thinking that our business is so impossible, that we spent, 6 years learning how to make knives. And it's true, we have. But the fact is, we've spent 6 years learning how to make it perfect, learning how to improve the process until the process is the expert. And now we can bring somebody on who has skill. He's never done much metalworking. He's never made a knife, but now he can pick up these skills because he has talent. And we can teach him the right way to do it the first time. So now in just 6 weeks, in less than that, in the first 2 weeks or so, he mastered surface grinding, he mastered tumbler, which is not hard, but there's a recipe. He's mastered heat treating. So now Eric has perfected the heat treating recipe that we use. Barry now runs it by himself. It's amazing. Barry is currently loading the pallet for the milling machine to make more Rask handles. And it's amazing. And he's seriously helping us out with our accounting and bookkeeping and just keeping a pulse on the business. All you business guys out there, I can't tell you how important it is. I've been avoiding it. Like, I know my numbers, but I don't have them written down very well, and I've been kind of avoiding it, and it's become a big headache. And as the business grows and things get more important, I can't tell you how important it is to have this number in a spreadsheet, organized perfectly. Just do it. It's been so valuable to have him here. So let's see. I've got a list taped to my Steadicam so I can see what's going on next. Okay, 2 more things I want to talk about. Falcor's here. He's doing good. He got a haircut. I guess just one more thing. I already talked about DLC. These are some of the little parts that have come back from DLC. It's this awesome process that just puts a super tough coating on the parts, so they're much more scratch resistant, and they're black. Amazing. So as well as the tops, I've also been playing with this fidget spinner. Very cool. I've actually never held one of these until I made my own, which is kind of a common trait in a lot of the things that I do. I never held a custom knife until I made my own. This thing is a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. There's a big hype about them right now. A lot of people are loving them. A lot of people are collecting them and making them. And I wanted to make my own too, and it's impressing me how enjoyable this thing is. And this is just the first prototype, and the ones we sell are going to be a lot cooler than this. Hopefully within the next week or two, should have these available on the website as well. So there you go. Things are humming. Things are great. Going to run the lathe today when Jason comes in from Elliot Matsura. We're going to do a bunch of testing, make a whole bunch of knife screws, and he's going to teach me some stuff, and I'm going to ask some questions, and it's going to be great. Going to get the Mori running Norseman parts today, because we're at this point where we're like 90% Rasks, maybe 10% Norseman, and we're still going to be caught up in no time flat because Eric up there is crushing it. Mori's still going great. Oh yeah, last thing I wanted to talk about was the blade bevels. These have been bugging me, and I've been trying so hard for many months to find the perfect recipe to machine these on the Mori and have them be perfect. And I don't know about you guys, but this looks pretty darn perfect to me. It could be slightly less streaky, but they're amazing. And to do that, required this. This is a 200 grit vitrified bond grinding wheel. Not the perfect choice. I've got some better ones. I've got a better one coming in soon that's going to do an even better result, a 500 grit, which should make this guy super duper happy. Because even from this finish, what do you have to do? Explain process, betterness.
I have to grind it out with like from 220 all the way up to like 800 or 1000.
And you do it on a belt or disc?
A disc, actually. A fun little trick that Brad Southard gave me.
Go, Brad Southard!
Yeah. Kind of changed my game on grinding bevels. But yeah, so all these streaks, they're, you know, varying depths, and just trying to tumble it doesn't work.
Yeah. Like, it looks good from my eye,
Yeah.
and then he starts grinding it, and these streaks are a lot deeper than you think they are.
Exactly. And like one will be super deep, and
Right. Do you have a finished bevel, like RWL bevel? So this is what Eric takes them up to.
And I have two in the tumbler that were just in for like 10 minutes before we started the video.
So, I mean, they are flat, they're smooth, there's no streaking, it's basically polished.
It is, yeah.
You can see yourself in it.
I kind of started overdoing it, and now I can't.
Yeah, you
stop.
can't undo that now. So, I mean, you can see yourself in this one too, but the streakiness is there and it has to be removed, right? Because how high are our standards? Can you reach that high?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, crazy. Once we get on these kicks, we can't stop, and we can't go back, and we can't,
Right.
you know, we
Yeah.
can't lower those standards once we reach a certain point. So now Eric's blades have to be to that standard, and as time-consuming and as annoying as it is,
And therefore, John's doing his very best to try to cut down the times. Like, I was spending like an hour or so on each blade, and now it's becoming more like 20, 30 minutes.
yeah, and it just starts to become ridiculous,
Yeah.
like you're not making any money at that point.
Yeah, and it feels like you're just spinning your wheels. Like,
Right.
God, I have to do more blades, and it's going to take forever.
Any,
First world problems, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah, exactly. Any place we can reduce time just makes the business better for us.
Yeah. And to get these knives out, you know, we need to get the rasps out and gone, and we're doing it.
Yeah. How many a day?
You're doing it, Peter. 4.
4
I
a
want
day.
to do like 6 if we can even machine that many.
See, I used to be so ahead on machining that I was like, God, Eric's the bottleneck. He needs a person. He needs 2 people to hire, you know, to help. And now something clicked in your head, and you're like, well, I can do that.
Well, it's getting the third person who's like, you know, he helps me and John.
Right.
So like, he's loading the fixtures and dealing with all the pallets and all that. He's doing all the heat treat now. He mans like the surface grinder pretty much all the time.
Right.
The tumbler. Like, it's just all these things that I didn't realize like I could easily teach them to somebody, because you know, it took a long time for me to learn it, but teaching it was really easy. And then they just take so much time out of your day that you don't realize it.
Right.
Now,
Like, everything is, that's a 10, 15, 20-minute operation. But when there's like 100 of them, it adds up to a full day. Like,
and like on a heat treat day, I probably wouldn't actually finish any knives on that day, because it would just take up so much time that they'd be left over until the next day. And
right.
so I'd feel productive, but then realize like I didn't finish a knife that day.
Right.
So then now with the help and being able to be like, we can actually start to finish a knife basically in 2 days with heat treat and everything.
Isn't that fantastic?
And being able to do like 4 knives every day, like 2 days, is
Right.
amazing.
And I mean, we could heat treat every single day if we needed to.
Yeah.
Usually you heat treat, what, 6 to 12?
6 at a time. Yeah.
Yeah, and you could do 2 batches in a day if
Right.
you wanted to. So you
Yeah,
could do 12.
especially with Barry. Like,
Right.
I didn't want to spend that much time before because it took away from everything else.
Right.
But now he can man it for the couple hours where you have to, you know, actually pull them out and deal with stuff.
Yep.
And, you know, wrap them in the foil baggies and everything. It's great.
it's funny to, like, Eric and I have been working together for like 4 or 5 years now, and we've learned so much, and there's so many little jobs, there's so many little things going on that all adds up. You don't realize how slow the whole process becomes until you can start to offload on a skilled person and see that process flowing. You know, now we have a lot more faith in the act of hiring somebody and teaching, you know, sharing the skill, sharing the knowledge. We know we can do it now.
And I feel like in the act of like teaching Barry how to do some of the things that I thought like only I could do, like in our business right now, and you realize like you're not the only person that can do that.
Yeah.
Like, you can teach it pretty easily. It just takes a little bit of time, and you know, it makes you a better person for teaching it. Like, you understand it better once you've taught it.
Because you learn your own mistakes. You're like, why do I do it like that? That's kind of dumb. Okay, maybe we'll get it better. Or the new person will ask a question like, why is this? Or how do I do this? Or whatever. And you're like, I never thought about it like that. You know, bringing stuff to the table, which is always good. So yeah, got a vintage original logo, JG, I am the Norseman. I'm going to do some sort of giveaway on Instagram for this. I wanted to talk about the pie real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick. Okay, last point. No big deal, yeah. Here, I need your hands, Eric. That sounded weird. Okay, today's Thursday, March 2nd, 2017. Tomorrow morning on Instagram, we're going to do an auction for this knife. We've been building it for quite a long time. We've been sitting on it for quite a long time, waiting for the buyer to fulfill his agreement of paying, and he decided to back out. So this knife is now available, and it's nuts. Nuts. It's going to be Instagram auctioned tomorrow. It is the pie knife.
It might be a little fingerprinty right now.
Now, this camera's not going to get the absolute best, but Eric will show me.
Yeah.
So this is technically Norseman 314, 3.14, except show me the pi symbol. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it has the actual pi squiggly lines. Damasteel Thor pattern blade, Alpha Knife Supply Timascus handles. I forget exactly what the pattern was. Kaleidoscope, probably. Amazing, gorgeous, beautifulness. Contoured handles.
Polished?
And they're full polish, which is something we've never done before.
I mean, it's not like a Marfione polish or anything. But
Yeah, but it's a Grimsmo polish, and it's amazing. Titanium screws. We make everything. New pivot. It's amazing. I'm sad to see it go, but I'm happy to have somebody else get it. So that's going to be auctioned off tomorrow on Instagram. Don't miss it. Even just to like check in and
just
watch.
watch it. Yeah.
Just watch what happens. These are the cases we ship every single knife with. Made by Nowpack in California. They do an excellent job. They laser the logo in there. They mill out the foam. T9, Bondus, Torx wrench, nano oil, case, protection, sticker, authenticity card. That's how we do it. Grimsmo Knives, boom.
Yeah.
I'm not Titan.
Use your knives.
Yeah, these knives are made to be used.
Maybe not this one.
Maybe not.
But for the most part, you know, the tool and the lube is there for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not afraid to have people take apart their knives because they're made to be taken apart and put back together in the same way.
And you do it once and you know how to do it and you're
Right.
like really familiar with your own knife now.
Right, and a lot of knives, including our early knives, you take it apart and you put it back together and you have to kind of like jiggle it to the side a little bit and tighten just this screw first and then just that screw. And a lot of knives are out there are like that.
Yeah.
We have gotten to the point, I don't know, maybe after 200 or something like that, where they go together perfect every time. Right? There's no variability.
And especially when we got the new machine.
Yeah,
the
with
tolerance
the Mori,
just got
that
a
tall.
bit
Yeah.
tighter, so everything just kind of clicks together.
Yep.
No real fussing about. It's great. Like, you know, I put it together and take it apart like 5-6 times at least, just in the initial setup in
Right.
like 15-20 minutes. And it goes together the
Yeah.
same every single time.
There's no dicking around. Everything
yeah.
clicks together. It's perfect. That's why I'm so adamant about tolerances, and they have to be so good. Even my lathe technicians are like, do your tolerances really have to be that tight? And I'm like, yes, they do. I bought these machines. I want these tolerances. Stop making fun of me. So, yeah. Any final words? What do you think of when you see this? How's it coming?
It's coming good. It's a little messy still
Yeah.
in certain ways, but for the most part, it's a working shop and it's not a full mess. My part is the worst.
Your part is a hot mess.
Yeah. I'm busy. But yeah, it's gonna be the best year ever, like hands down.
Oh yeah, 2017 is going to be nuts.
Get ready, guys.
Oh.
And gals.
Oh, be prepared.
Yeah.
Boy Scout, yo.
Mm-hmm.
What's next? I went over some stuff, top spinners, mentioned pens, flashlights,
Right.
things like that. The electronics in flashlights kind of worry me a little bit. Like, I'm kind of okay with electronics. I just don't want to fall down the rabbit hole of spending like 600 hours figuring out the electronics on flashlights just to be able to make flashlights. So, I don't know, we'll figure something out there. Yeah, what's next? What do you think?
I don't know. Just more.
More production?
knives, more production.
4 days is going to sound like baby steps.
Yeah. Yeah, like 3 weeks ago, I was thinking, 2 a day. 2, we could do that.
Right,
And then the next day, it's like 3.
right.
And then I see 4 sitting on the table the next day. I'm like, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
We're doing it. It was like, 10-hour days every time, but which isn't that bad. And those last 2 hours are like, yeah, let's do
Right.
it. There's 4 knives, like almost all the way done in one day. It's great.
It's fantastic.
So yeah, just push it. Now that everything's running, the machines are running good, we're getting parts every day, and we're getting knives every day.
It's amazing. We made it. We're here. Like,
Well, we're,
of course, we're never there. I know what you mean, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to like pump us up a little bit.
we're sprinting now.
Yeah.
We're not just warming up.
You don't feel like you're on a treadmill just making no progress.
Right.
Now it feels like we're moving. We're running.
we're out.
Yeah.
We're out in the real world running.
Right.
Getting rained on sometimes, but
Yeah.
it's always sunny at some point.
Right. Sometimes it feels like we're getting peed on, but like, I mean,
I don't know what you do, but
there's a lot of ups and downs. It's been very tough. It's been very fun and very exciting. But I can honestly say I've never been happier and more excited and more proud of where we've come than I am right now.
yeah.
And we're like more excited about the future because now I see the possibility. I see the potential. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
We're crushing it.
Great job.
Thank you. You
I'm
too.
proud of you, bro. Fist pump. Okay, last thing I just remembered. John Saunders and I from NYC CNC have started a podcast together. It is called The Business of Machining. If you look it up on all the podcast things on iTunes, on Libsyn, on Sound, I don't know about SoundCloud. Yeah, we're pretty new to this. We put up, I think, 3 episodes so far. We've got a few more in the queue coming up. Look it up. It's him and I have been talking Friday mornings for about half an hour for the better part of a year now. Just kind of like entrepreneur therapy together. It's been really good, really helpful. So yeah, we started to record it based on a recommendation from our friend Rob Lockwood. He's like, you guys just need to record those episodes and put them up because we want to hear what you guys are talking about. So it's just us talking about day-to-day stuff, business, entrepreneur, all the stuff we're doing. So check it out. I'm going to promote it more later as we get better at it. Some of them are sloppy. Some of them have kids running in and like interrupting the sound, but whatever. That's life. So we're having a lot of fun with it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to cut out. We got a lot of work to do today, and we're going to keep crushing it. Check out that Instagram tomorrow that Instagram on auction. That thing tomorrow on Instagram. All right, guys, later. Bye.